Welcome to my FaceTime call. I think it's about 3 in the morning, and I don't know if I'm at the point where I should pull an all-nighter or if I should get the 4 hours of sleep. And I know if I pull an all-nighter, I'll be really tired tomorrow and I won't get what I need to do done. But I also feel this real weird urge at like 2, 3 a.m. to just start all these projects. I cut this dress into a skirt and I'm gonna wear it to church tomorrow. I actually did a really good job, and most of my clothing experience where I try to alter pieces fails very miserably unless it's like a simple I'm just cutting off the shoulder kind of thing. So this one actually worked, which made me happy. I should probably introduce this video. I am just gonna talk like we're on FaceTime, so if that's your vibe, stay. If not your vibe, I got you. That's okay. So yeah, that was what I did tonight. I had a really big breakdown. One of my friends, she likes to call her breakdowns breakdown and breakthrough, and that's what I should start calling mine, because I did have a little bit of a revelation from it that I can't live for other people anymore. And I'm the type of person where I try so hard to make sure that everyone is not just happy with me, but that everyone likes me. And I know that's the definition of a people pleaser, but it even goes further than that. I will dim my own light to try to make someone feel better about themselves if they're intimidated by me or whatever. And I finally sat with that and all the feelings that it invoked of hiding my true self to try to make people comfortable. And I realized that if I lose people from being myself, they weren't meant to be in my life in the first place. You know what I mean? Because if they really loved me, they will want to see me succeed. They will want to see me thrive and they will want to see me happy. But if they don't, then they really weren't true friends in the first place. And I'm trying to relax and slow my breathing down and get into parasympathetic nervous system mode. But I've been very antsy recently and very just the best example, like very like this, like shoulders tensed and in my head about things, and I want to let go, and I know I have to let go of so much, but sometimes I don't feel my emotions and I will just intellectualize them and tell myself this is how you feel. And it's true, I do feel that way, but the true healing comes from when I feel those feelings, not just when I am telling myself, oh, this made you angry, or oh, this made you sad. Be angry, be sad, but it's scary because I don't feel like I have a good place to express those types of emotions. Life update right now. Tomorrow is church. I haven't been to church in maybe 2 weeks, but because of the PTSD, I feel like it's just like throwing random things because you guys don't know me, but because of PTSD, I feel like the days have been really long, so it feels longer than 2 weeks. I'm not serving tomorrow because I was supposed to bring a friend to church, but that kind of blew up, so I'm going by myself, which means that if I do end up going to sleep, I can sleep a little later and go to 11 because I don't have to wake up for 9. Or if I want, I can go to 9. So I have the options, which is good. Like if I stay up all night, I'll just go to 9 and then sleep afterward. But I'll probably end up sleeping soon because I'm pretty tired now. Where was I going with that? I haven't been in a while. I didn't go on Mother's Day, and that was last Sunday. But then I'm excited to go because I miss the sermons and I also miss dressing up for church. I cut this whole little like skirt dress thing and it's super cute and I like getting ready for things, and I haven't gotten ready in a little while. I finished my spring semester of school and I'm living at home and going to school, which most people, I mean, I don't know most people, but for me, I don't enjoy it. I don't like home. Home is not a happy place for me. So I would much rather live at school. But I went away to school maybe in 2023. So 2 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. I thought that was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was the fall of 2023. And I played soccer there. And I just wasn't ready for all of that. it was a lot, and I also wasn't focusing on schoolwork. I was focusing on other things. I wasn't organized. I wasn't prepared, honestly, for that. So I came home, and honestly, a lot of things have happened since then. Obviously, things change, but I miss the independence of living away from home. I miss the freedom aspect of it. And I do want to go to college away again, but then that would be a lot more transferring of college. Would that be my fourth college? Frick. Wait, let me see. So it'd be, one was community college. During my gap year, I went to community college. So that's one. And then I went away, 2. Then I came back home, 3. And then I transferred to another college near home, 4. So that's 4 colleges. So if I transfer again, that's 5 colleges. But also, something I've realized is that doesn't really matter. I think society puts so much pressure on people that you have to know what you're going to study and you have to do the traditional route. I have not. And I was really insecure about that for a while, that I may be behind a year from everyone else, and then it became 2 years, and then I'm like, I'm an idiot. I can't even graduate on time, and I shouldn't even go to college. And everyone has their own path, and everyone just takes things at their own pace. And that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. That just means that maybe it isn't my path, and maybe I need to slow down a little bit. I also need to go to sleep, but that's okay. Maybe I'll take you guys along to church day tomorrow, because I have the church sermon, and then we'll hang out probably afterward. Maybe I'll go to the park. I do want to work out, so I think I'll do Pilates. See if there's a Pilates class. The thing is, I've seen a lot of YouTubers and social media influencers record their workout classes, and I guess they just get permission from the instructor and then set up a camera or their phone and record. But I would feel so embarrassed, and I shouldn't, because it's not a big deal, but I would feel really embarrassed if I went to a Pilates class or a mat Pilates or yoga or something, and I was like, can I please set up my camera to film? And they were like, oh, are you a big YouTuber? I'm guessing what they would say. And I'd be like, no, I'm just starting out. But then again, it's not embarrassing. It's just life. And I told this girl the other day, she's like, oh my gosh, I did something so embarrassing. I was like, girl, embarrassment is a mindset. Okay, you cannot be embarrassed unless you feel embarrassed. Reverse psychology, that. Ho. I also wish I had a bit longer hair, because right now I think my hair is at Pippi Longstocking length. And I saw this girl on Pinterest who, she had a pretty basic outfit, but she had her hair like this, and it really accentuated the outfit because her hair was super long, and I don't know, I guess more like thicker the braids were, and it looked really pretty. So I am gonna try to grow my hair out. I actually recently dyed my hair. Fun fact, I used to be much blonder, but she kept the front parts blonde and then went, I would say this is brunette. I like it better. I just think that blonde was a lot of upkeep, especially because the highlights were expensive. They were getting more expensive, and I don't think I'd have to upkeep this that much, especially because summer's coming up, which means I'll be in the sun more, and I won't really need to get anything done for this hairstyle. But being blonde took a lot of work. And also, I do this all the time, but anytime I break up with a boy, I dye my hair a different color. The last time I broke up with a boy, it was in February. No, this is like before my most recent ex. It's weird because we're on FaceTime, obviously, but I can't say names on here. And recent ex would be the one to like find this YouTube channel and, I don't know, like sue me for slander or something like that. So we're not saying names. Where was I going? Oh, okay. So, but in February 2024, I broke up with a boy, and I dyed my hair jet black. I like this. I feel like this hairstyle is very Hannah Montana-y, but when I dyed it jet black, it was a very drastic change. It was very sporadic. Also, I did it on Valentine's Day, And I was sad, okay? I was very sad. I obviously wanted to spend Valentine's Day with him, but we were broken up. So I just dyed my hair. Maybe I should insert a picture because some people say they didn't even notice and it wasn't too drastic of a change. But for me, obviously, it felt super drastic. And then I eventually went back blonde and I started dating my ex-boyfriend in October. And we were the type of like couple where we were very on again, off again. We weren't dating. It was like defined dating, but it was every other week of like, I want to break up. No, blah, blah, blah. So not a healthy relationship at all. Not a relationship I should have been in at all, but I found myself there with blonde hair. That's really all we were going. I wasn't going on a deep dive there. But yeah, then I guess I recently did this. So this was in May. We definitely broke up earlier than that, but there was never a definitive breakup because then when we did break up, I remember we'd hang out as like exes as friends, which is so dumb, by the way. Not to shame any of you if you guys are exes as friends. I think if you like both take the time to mature and kind of more in the relationship, it could work. But for me and him, it was like 2 days after we broke up. We're like, no, we just want to stay friends. That doesn't work. You know, you gotta like move on, live without them. We were also both very codependent on each other. Not a good quality. So yeah, then I did this, which I like because I also think it gives more of a mature look as I'm sitting here in little braids that like children wear. So yeah, I was excited about dyeing my hair. Also, real talk, finding people in your 20s who you feel like you connect with, build you up, and you really want to be around is a lot harder than I thought it would be, especially because I just transferred colleges. So January of 2025 is when I started the new college. And I was still in this weird place or season in my life where I was in the relationship, not in the relationship, and he caused me a lot of anxiety. I always felt on edge. So I wasn't able to authentically connect with people there. And now that it's the summer, I'm kind of in a weird place because I didn't really make many close friends there, and I'm not going there now during the summer. And I have a bunch of church friends, but they're also older, which is great. I love being friends with older people, but we're also in different stages of life. So they may not want to do the same things I want to do. And that's okay, and our friendships are beautiful, but also I need like a girl, like I need like a best friend. And yes, that is why I'm gonna make my YouTube channel my internet best friends. For anyone who needs a best friend, I got you. Because I need a best friend. But I love Ava Jules. I don't know if you guys watch her, but I love her and I've watched her for so long. And she's always felt like an internet best friend for me. She just always seemed so authentic and was very honest with where she was at with a lot of things, which I really appreciated because transparency isn't always what you get with people online. So I always really appreciated that. And she always just had really cool content. And even if it was her recording sitting in her room, I was like, yes, girl, you posted. Yes, girl, you uploaded. So if I can be that for someone else, heck yeah, I will be your holy girl best friend. Yes, but also I'm going to Maui in end of June. So I should start thinking of outfits. And you may be like, that's a little crazy, but I love planning outfits. I think it's so fun. And even if you're not going somewhere, even if you have no plans, getting dressed up, getting ready, feeling good about yourself is really important. I did that tonight. Tonight, I was just going to the beach to journal, but did I shower? Yes, I did shower. I showered. I threw my hair in one of those little like claw clips. It didn't look like that. It actually looked cute. And then I threw on this little black dress, some flip-flops, and I journaled. Then that's when I had the breakdown. Breakthrough. Pacho. 2+2. But yeah, it was nice to dress up. I haven't done that in a while. And I haven't worn makeup in a while, which hey, whatever floats your boat. If you're a makeup wearer, go for it, queen. If you're not, that's okay. I am usually in the camp that's not, but recently I wanted to experiment. I went to a worship night and I wore a full face of makeup, and there was the sweetest girl. She's my friend, so I'm not like some random girl. But even if it was some random girl, I would take that compliment and run. And I get there, she goes, "Oh my gosh, like your skin looks so beautiful." I was like, "Thank you, Angel, thank you." And then the next day, she texted me what products I used and stuff. And I sent her a full video debriefing all of the products and how I did the routine. I felt like a little influencer. So cute. So yeah, compliment people. You could totally make their day. And I haven't really worn makeup since then. Sometimes I feel like if I'm not in a relationship, I don't need to wear makeup. And that's not a good mindset to have. I just think that if I'm not like going out on date nights and stuff like that, I don't feel a need to. And that's probably because I'm sad because of the breakups, because there's so many of them. And I haven't really been taking care of myself as I should. So I'm going to do that. Life group has been really fun. So with my church, they put us with a life group if you want to be involved in one. Basically, you meet every 2 weeks, you discuss the sermon, and you kind of just do life together. You get to know each other. It's like 14, 15 people. And we played a really fun board game on Thursday. We played Bungo. It's so hard to explain. I'm not even going to start explaining it because the rules were kind of confusing to me while playing. But I did have a good time, and I do enjoy hanging out with my life group. Let's see. I applied for Big Brother Big Sister, which is all around the country. It's basically where, but kind of crazy, I have to do a 2-hour interview for it. I didn't think it would be that long, but I guess they have to see your goals and your aspirations and the type of person you are, your character, because you will be mentoring a young kid and you will also just be hanging out with them and doing homework with them. So they want to check that you're a stable person and a kind person and somebody that will fit with what they're looking for. Let's see. Oh, today I went to an art exhibit, which is really unlike me because I've always just told myself I'm not an art person. Not that I can't appreciate it, but that I was never good at it. I didn't really have patience for it, so that I wouldn't like it. But it was absolutely amazing. It was all these high school students, and they got featured in this gallery, so it was the best of from where I live. And I walked around. I spent a lot of time there. I had the pamphlet, and I read about what inspired each artist for their painting or their sculpture, their 3D, whatever they made. And it was really cool reading about it because you kind of got a look into someone's brain, and you could obviously just see the artwork and envision what the artist thought, but it was nice hearing what inspired them and what the piece means to them because it really meant a lot to all of them, and it was cool to read about. I'm having like really bad body issues, which is so frustrating because I don't practice what I preach. If you know me in person, you know that I am the biggest, like, who cares? Like, you are beautiful. Like, you're gonna look back and you're gonna regret that you didn't think you were beautiful. Like, your body is a gift from God. And I am so critical of my own body, especially flaws that I don't know if they're there one day and not there the next. Very body dysmorphic. And it's frustrating because I just want to let my body exist without slapping labels on it or critiquing it or comparing it. I think that's it for now because I'm pretty tired and I know this just sounds like rambling, and it is because we're on FaceTime. So maybe the next video, I will say it with definity, it will be a little bit more structured. So enjoy.